Hello everyone, my name is Shivanti Jones and this is the Unit 3 presentation for MGT 616. Thank you all for taking time to attend the Springfield General Management Rally. We are excited to announce some changes that we are going to be bringing to the organization. As you have been aware, we have been receiving some bad press regarding our prescription management here at Springfield General. So we are taking the bull by its horns and bringing some substantial changes to how we do healthcare. Here is a brief overview of what we will be covering today. We will be revisiting the problem and the solution, introducing CPOE. We will go through a little bit about the change process and what your role as managers will be in that change process. And then I will finally open up the floor for any questions that you may have. Most of you here in this room today are already familiar with what our problem is. We are seeing an increase in medication and prescription errors over the recent years. There has been some confusion over drugs with similar names, combination of different prescription drugs that don't go together. We are not paying enough attention to patient allergies when prescribing medication because we do not have access to all the patient files. And another big one is that we have difficulty identifying handwriting of our physicians. As an organization, we have identified a solution for our problem. Hereby, I introduce the Computerized Physician Order Entry System, or the CPOE in short. The CPOE is an electronic system that would increase safety, accuracy, and reduce costs for both Springfield General and our patients. We have divided the benefits of CPOE into two broad categories. The patient management system ensures best care for our patients. This provides centralized access to patient information. Therefore, we don't have to depend on other departments to provide us with this information. Patient charts and medical history are all available in CPOE. The second category is the prescription management system, which streamlines our prescription process by providing electronic medicine management, catching prescription errors, and recommendations for treatment and dosages. The introduction of CPOE will tie in with our overall organizational goal of reducing cost for Springfield General and reduced cost of healthcare for our patients. The implementation process will follow a sequential pattern. We are not planning on pushing out the program organization-wide right off the bat. We will be doing this in phases. The first phase is the task alignment. We will be visiting with each of your teams to identify what are some of the key tasks that are performed by your teams. The second phase is encourage open dialogue, open and honest dialogue. This is between managers and the executives and also managers and their employees. The third phase is a pilot phase. This is also where you will get an opportunity to get some hands-on experience working with the system. We will also select some staff members of your teams to be able to pilot this program out to them as well. Phase 4 and Phase 5 are kind of tied to the Phase 3. We will identify any bugs or pain points that have been identified during the pilot stage, and then we will work on rectifying these obstacles and barriers to implementation. Phase 6 is when we get to the organization-wide implementation. This is when we will roll out CPOE to the organization. After a successful rollout, Phase 7 would be when we will be coming back to you and asking you for feedback regarding how well CPOE is benefiting and functioning for your team. How do we plan on implementing or bringing about such a change in our organization? We will be using Kurt Lewin's change model to implement these changes. This kind of gives you how the change model looks like. It has 3 steps: unfreezing, moving, and freezing. We will visit each of these steps in the next few slides. The first step in the change model is unfreezing behaviors that are not benefiting our organization. We need to create dissatisfaction with the status quo, the existing processes, the existing behaviors among our team members. This is also the stage where you would be identifying any barriers and obstacles that we might have, well, whether it's regarding CPOE or whether it's among your teams. This step, you will identify who your champions for change are. There is bound to be a group of employees who are going to be on board with you to go through this change. They are your champions and they are going to have your back. So identify these team members and bring them together to implement this change. The next step in the change model is moving. This is a really important step in the change implementation process. In this step, we will redefine and realign roles. We will work with task alignment, identify some of the key tasks that we do, and this will eventually lead to redefining and realigning roles within your teams. This is also the stage where you, as well as your staff, will get hands-on training on CPOE. We will have facilitators available to provide this training. This stage is a good stage to recognize and reward positive behavior. We have already identified behaviors that are not adding value to our processes and to Springfield General. We are expecting a change in behaviors, and when you see such changes, make sure that you recognize and reward these positive behaviors. The final step in the change model is refreezing. We have already identified and began work on changing behaviors that are not adding value. This is when we reinforce those behaviors and refreeze those behaviors. We have also created new roles and realigned responsibilities. This step, we would create and enforce the new organizational structure. As managers, what is your role in this change implementation process? Emphasize the need for change. Facilitate interaction between multiple levels of the organization, whether it's between management and the executives or management and employees. You are the middleman who would be facilitating those interactions. Align people and processes with the organization's goals. Engage your staff in the problem solving and solutions. So keep them in the loop on every stage of the change. Involve them in the decision-making process, identifying problems and solutions. Set and manage expectations. Set clear expectations as to what you expect from your team during this change process. Build support every step of the way. There is bound to be some resistance among your team members. It is important to build support with those champions of change to bring about this change. Focus on the organization's shared purpose, which is to ensure that we bring the best quality care for our patients. Encourage open dialogue and communication. Make sure that your employees know or your staff knows that you are available to work on any ideas or any concerns that they might have regarding CPOE. Become a facilitator and a champion for change yourself. You will get hands-on experience working with CPOE during the pilot program. This, in turn, we expect you to become a facilitator for the rest of the teams and the rest of the organization, and also be one of our champions for change. Here is our promise to you. We will provide support. You have support from the executive team and the leadership of this organization. So you will receive the support that is necessary to implement these changes in your individual teams and within the organization. We will provide you with the resources necessary to bring about this change, whether it's learning, whether it's facilitation, whether it's the pilot program and the hands-on experience. We will provide you with the necessary resources for the success of this implementation. As always, we welcome feedback, whether it's positive or negative. You are the ones who will be working with CPOE, so you would be aware of what the benefits are, what are some of the pain points, what are the bugs that you're running across. So as always, we welcome your feedback from you as well as your team members. Communication. Management will be kept in the loop regarding the changes that we will be implementing. Expect emails, expect communication, meetings, huddle ups regarding these changes and how they will be affecting each and every one of you as well as your teams. Here are some of the key takeaways that we ask you to take with you. Build support among your staff. It is really important that you have support from your team to bring about this change. Reward and reinforce positive behaviors. If you see a behavior change, make sure that you recognize it and reward that behavior. As always, bring forth your ideas and concerns. Remember, we are all in this together. We are going through this change as an organization. We are all partners in this change. It all comes down to our ultimate organizational goal of ensuring we provide quality service to our patients. With that, I would like to open the floor up for any questions that you may have. Also remember, if you would like more information on the change process, you can visit our website on the internet page or contact myself regarding any questions or concerns that you may have.